I'm thrilled to welcome you to my Network Automation with Python course. Let's take a look at what this course offers you. So I do want this course to be somewhat unique in that I'm going to give you kind of all the puzzle pieces for automation. We're not going to delve too much into any one product or module, but I'm giving you kind of a comprehensive view of the entire workflow of automation that you'll need to be an effective scripter, effective person in network automation. So we're going to start with revision control, because once you write a script, you will invariably need to fix bugs, need to add features. And so what you want to do is take snapshots of it and keep it under revision control. Move forward and backward, understand, what changed, when it changed, and why it changed. From there, we'll move into editors and integrated development environments. And these are the things that you'll use, the environment that you'll use to work on your scripts. And if you wind up spending a lot of time doing that, then you really want a nice, friendly environment. Think of these as kind of your comfy office chair. And so should you use an editor? Because at the end of the day, your scripts, your Python scripts, are text files. So the inclination would be to perhaps just use a text editor. But I want to show you kind of the value of not using just a text editor, but either one of the more feature-rich editors that have a lot of plugins, or actually an IDE. And I hope I show you that while IDEs might seem a little daunting, they actually aren't. Then we're going to do an optional kind of Python at speed review. I do expect that you know some Python going into this course. That's how you will get the most out of it. But if you want just a quick refresher, then we'll have a Python basics, like I said, at speed course. And then we'll also have an optional lab. This isn't training as such. It's more, if you don't have a lab available to you, this little lab section will get you up and running with a couple of virtual switches that you can use for your automation work for the rest of the lab, for the rest of the course, I should say. Then we're going to talk about device inventory, frameworks, and credentials. How frameworks can help with your device inventory, but at the end of the day, you're going to need to know what devices you need to act on, right, with your automation. And you need to know how to securely handle credentials. Most kind of getting started courses will hard code credentials, and that's fine, and we'll do a little bit of that ourselves. But I also want to give you some ideas about how you might want to handle your credentials when you move your scripts from your lab into your production network. We're going to spend a lot of time talking about parsing. Today, most network equipment still expects a human at the other end. And so when you interact with a CLI, right, you'll type in commands, you'll get data back, and you will process that data. Your brain processes that data, and you'll get just exactly what you need from the output of those show commands. With a script, it's a little different, and so parsing is a way to get that structured, or I should say unstructured or semi-structured text into formats, into pieces of data, chunks of data that your script can act upon. So we will spend some time there, and we will spend some time talking about regular expressions, which is sort of the de facto way to search for text patterns in unstructured or semi-structured text. And finally, you say, we will go through connecting to network devices, pulling state and show commands from network devices, configuring network devices, and I wouldn't be a network engineer if I didn't include a section on documenting or documentation. You will, of course, need a computer and internet connection. We'll install Python version 3.9 or later, although a lot of the material you'll see here does work with Python 3.8. As part of the course, we'll install Git for revision control, a couple of editors and IDEs, Atom, Visual Studio Code, and PyCharm. VirtualBox if you want to set up the little virtual machines, the virtual switches I mentioned in the lab. But if you already have a lab, you won't need to install VirtualBox. We'll be going through a variety of network modules and a markdown editor. I have two goals for this course. The first, of course, is very tactical. I want to leave you with some working scripts and functions so you can kind of hit the ground running. But that's almost a byproduct of the real goal I have for this course for you, and that is to give you that comprehensive scripting framework and the workflow that you want to follow, from starting your script, putting it under revision control, setting up a virtual environment for whatever it is you're trying to do, updating your code some more, checking it back in, again, just testing it, that entire workflow. And this is kind of the beginning of that workflow. That's really my ultimate goal. So hopefully you will get a couple of handy scripts that you can use in your day-to-day environment that you can tailor to whatever it is that you're trying to do. But more importantly for me is I hope you get kind of that broader framework, that broader workflow that will make you a successful network automation engineer. Here we go. Let's get started.